Or just finished a workout. It's Friday evening. We're in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm just chilling. It is about 10 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, just seeing what you guys are up to, see if you're reaching your goals or if you're just enjoying the night because it's Friday night, I understand. So just let me know what you're up to, where you are in the world, and let's talk. It's Shaun Campbell 2.0, so subscribe to the channel if you like. I'm dropping a video tomorrow sometime. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best time to drop it. Dropping a video about Shaun Clarita. That's the two-time Mr. Olympia bodybuilder. And kind of just talking about how he used to be a natural bodybuilder. So it's going to be a real cool video. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and make sure you check it out. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, guys, so if anyone's on here, come on to the YouTube live here. Drop a message or something in the comments so I know you're here, and we'll talk. We'll talk about anything fitness, bodybuilding, anything you want to talk about. Like I said, I'm dropping a video tomorrow because right now it's Friday evening, okay? So tomorrow I am dropping a video about Shaun Clarita. He's the two-time 212-pound Mr. Olympia champ. So the video's coming out, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. I just got back from the gym. It's kind of nice going to, I like hot weather, but when it comes to going to the gym, I like a nice cool breeze, go walk to the gym, get a workout in, walk home with a nice cool breeze. But when it's daytime, I want sun and I want lots of it. Okay, so it's a weird thing to try and work out, right? So anyways, yeah, Shaun Campbell 2.0, guys. Come on here, check out the channel. Subscribe to the channel, come say hi. I'm in Toronto here. Just waiting for the algorithm to be my friend here and get you guys checking it out. And we can talk about whatever you want. There's a lot of fitness, there's a lot of influencer drama. There's always drama on YouTube. So if you want to talk about any of the drama on YouTube, especially if it's fitness related, because that's my genre. I'm the fitness world on YouTube, okay? So I talk about fitness, I talk about bodybuilding, I talk more specifically about drug-free bodybuilding, which is called natural bodybuilding, so no steroids, no PEDs, all that stuff. So yeah, so let's talk, guys, let's talk. I'm wearing my Ab Freak tank top. It's kind of like a fitted tank top here. I got it from my buddy Mike Halsey out of the US. He's in New York State. So I got it from him, Syracuse, actually. He runs a natural bodybuilding organization himself, and he's a top-level natural bodybuilder himself. So anyways, yeah, so come on in here, guys. Let's talk. It's Shaun Campbell 2.0. We talk about bodybuilding, fitness, anything you want. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada right now. If you just want to chill and talk about anything, it's a Friday night. It's casual, so you can talk about anything casual. You can talk about anything serious, whatever you want to talk about. Let's rock. I just got done a workout. I'm just chilling here. It's a little after 10 p.m. Eastern time in Toronto. So come on in here. And if you like what you're seeing or you think the channel's pretty cool, subscribe to it. That always helps out because I'm a new YouTuber. But I'm not new to the fitness world, guys. I've been in the fitness industry for like 30 years. I've been running bodybuilding competitions for over 20 years, guys. Hey, Kyle, how are you? Where are you from, Kyle? I'm in Toronto. I'm just outside Toronto myself. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're at. It's always fun to know where people are from, you know what I mean? Oh, you're in Canada too? Where in Canada? I'm in Ontario. I'm just outside Toronto. I find a lot of people on here come from out west. Like, are you in Alberta or British Columbia? That's my guess. I could be totally wrong. I'm just throwing it out there because that seems to be where a lot of people that jump on here are from. Edmonton, there we go. So you're in Alberta. See, rock and roll. I used to run natural bodybuilding competitions in Calgary, Alberta. I ran them in Edmonton once, way back in the day, like 2014 or something. Like we're talking a long time ago. So 10 years ago, I had a show out there. I ran a show, but other than that, all the way up to about 2019, I was running shows in Calgary, Alberta, until the chaos hit the world. But I'm going to try to come back there. So if you're into bodybuilding, you're into fitness, or you're into just watching some guy have fun on the internet, crack jokes and think he's funny, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan of IFBB bodybuilding, I just did a video about Shaun, the 212-pound Mr. Olympia, two-time Mr. Olympia. I did a video about him because he used to be a natural bodybuilder, which many people don't know about. So I'm going to drop a video about his success and how well he did as a natural bodybuilder before going to the dark side. So come on in here, guys. I'll stick around here as long as I'm seeing people come on here. If no one comes on here, that's okay with me too. I'll just rock and roll because I got to eat and watch some TV and I got to finish the video. Like I said, I just did a video about Shaun. It's going to be ready tomorrow. It's literally all edited and stuff. It's on my laptop, just sitting there ready for me to finish it off. But I just got to add some music to it. So I like to have music in the backgrounds of my videos, especially since I'm showing some of his posing routines. You don't want to, and if he's using like a commercial, they have a really weird thing with copyright music on YouTube, right? So you got to make sure if he's cranking up some really popular song for his posing routine, then I gotta, like, it's probably best for me to, sometimes you can get by and it'll go through, but I don't want to take the risk. I'm just gonna like mute out his posing routine and then put a different soundtrack that's similar. So it sounds pretty cool, you know what I mean? So we can get a good vibe. Because it's a really good video. I'm pretty proud of it, how it turned out. It's really cool. Like the more I looked into Shaun, how successful he was as a natural bodybuilder. And then how successful he was even when people said he couldn't do it because he's too small to be an IFBB pro and all that stuff. He's had great success at 212. So that's that, man. So if anyone's on here, if anyone sees this floating in their news feed or their shorts feed or whatever it's called, their homepage on YouTube, stop and watch. Give it a chance. Drop a question in the comments or subscribe to the channel, check me out later. But in the meantime, just stop and subscribe. Stop and like, stop and comment, stop and just say hi. You don't have to stick around long, just say hi and go about your day. But you know what I mean? But just say hi. Come in and say hi. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I talk about fitness. I talk about fitness influencer. I talk about the latest gossip in fitness. I talk about the latest trends in fitness. I talk about natural bodybuilding competitions. Because I run natural bodybuilding competitions, so I know quite a bit about the natural bodybuilding scene. So if you have any interest in fitness, or you're looking to get into fitness, or you want to get more fit, my channel's for you. So I'm just going to chill here, see if anyone jumps on. I'm hoping they do. I like to have people on here. It's fun. Again, I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I'm in the Toronto, Ontario, Canada area. I'm coming to you live from Toronto. I'm coming to you live just outside Toronto from Vaughan, Ontario. Right near Canada's Wonderland. I'm the guy. Hey, Pamau. I don't know how to say that, but how you doing? But yeah, so subscribe to the channel. I talk about fitness. I talk about natural bodybuilding. I talk about workouts. I talk about motivation. I get into the fitness gossip. I talk about a lot of stuff on here. So come in and say hi. I've been in the fitness industry for a long time, guys. I know quite a bit about fitness. I know quite a bit about natural bodybuilding. And I know quite a bit about talking a lot on the YouTube here. So I'm pretty good at talking my ass off, even if I'm talking to no one right now. But I would like to be talking to someone, so come on in here, ask me some questions, let's get a rapport going here, and let's build up the subscriber base. Let's give the fans or the subscribers what they want to see in the videos. So just give me some of your input and maybe check out some of my videos, subscribe to the channel, double tap on the video, give me a like, all that fun stuff. Because right now I'm just talking to myself, I feel like. I'm just yelling out. I'm in a condo and I'm by myself, so that's the good thing. So I always find it weird when you're trying to talk on your camera or live or something and you're out in public. I can't really do it, so I always wait to get home. Some people can do it. I'm not that guy, so I'll usually, either if I'm gonna be outside, it's gonna be somewhere where no one's around, or I'll be in my car, or what I most love to do is I do my YouTube lives right here in my house. But I also do, sometimes I'll go to my buddy's gym because it's like a private studio. So I have like privacy to work out and all that stuff. And I can tape it, talk and all that stuff with no one around, right? But it is what it is. So if anyone's out there, what do I gotta do? Give a pose or something? Will that help get people on? If people all of a sudden start showing up because I started flexing, that'll be crazy and I'll just have to do it more often. The funny thing is I'm right-handed, but my left arm I like better. That's why I put the sleeve tattoo on my right arm. Because I don't care if I cover it all up because I feel like my left arm looks better anyway as far as definition and all that stuff. So I'll keep that one a little less tatted so when I'm nice and ripped or whatever in the triceps, you can see the muscles. Because when you're ripped and you got the sleeve tattoo, you can't really see the definition the same, right? Not that I care as much, but when it comes to like separations and rippedness, my left arm looks better anyways. So we'll keep that one just like these kind of tattoos so you can still see the definition. You just have like, when you do a sleeve vibe and it covers everything, you really can't see the definition as much. I'm probably gonna like fill up this whole arm, like even the inside of it, like just fill it right up one day when I get rocking and rolling in business, right? Because these tattoos, it's crazy. They cost money, and the cost of living is also a lot too. So I gotta be smart. So when I'm rocking and rolling, then I'll start tatting up. You know what I mean? You take a little break when you're watching the finances, right? You gotta be smart. But yeah, when I get rocking and rolling again, the shows start picking up again. When I get I get the 90-day warrior rocking and rolling, we're gonna start tatting up this whole body. I'm gonna go wild, buck wild. I think the first thing I'll do is finish off this arm. Then maybe I think I might do this side of my chest, like something that kind of funky goes across my chest. And then something, I wouldn't mind like something down my back. Like, tattoos are addictive, guys. I don't know, if you're on here and you got tattoos, just throw in the comments, just say tats in the comments or something. Or let me know what kind of tattoos you got. Because you don't really call them tattoos anymore because people get work, right? Back when I used to first start doing this, it was like you get a tattoo. Like I got this line around my arm. I got maybe like a little tattoo on my wrist. And it was about getting like little pieces of tattoos. But now it's like, I went to do something and they did work. So this would be considered like, back in the day, 20 tattoos or something. But now it's just, that's a piece of work. So I got one art piece. Or they'll call it a sleeve or a half sleeve, or instead of like a tattoo, right? So someone says, how many tattoos you got, Shaun? I don't know what to say. A lot. Because I don't know how many tattoos do you count this? Like right there, is that 1 and 2, or is that 3, or how many tattoos is this whole arm here? Like if you said, how many tattoos you got? For this arm, you'd probably say, how many tattoos you got? You'd probably say 1, 2. This one, I could probably, because I got this one done first, and the second's a 1, 2. But that's like a lot of tattoo to call it just one tattoo, right? But anyways, for this neck one, like, you know what I mean? Like some of them are one-off pieces. One-off pieces are good if you're trying to show off. You still want your physique to show through, if that makes any sense. Like, to each their own, right? Tattoos is a statement, so people can do whatever they want. Because I know people are like, oh, you got to get a sleeve. If you want to do a little piece here and there, then you just do whatever you want to do. Hey, Lincoln, what's happening? Have you subscribed yet? Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to be cool. If you think I'm cool, subscribe to the channel. If you don't think I'm cool, subscribe to the channel anyways. Just to find out if I do get cooler over time. Because I'm trying to become cool. So subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. I talk about fitness, workouts, all that stuff. If you want to talk about fitness stuff, come talk to me. If you want to talk about anything, come talk to me. I'm here. It's like about 10:15 p.m. Eastern time here in the Toronto area. I'm just chilling out. The gym closed at 10, so, and basically the gym I go to, you probably can't see. See that yellow light down there where it looks all yellow? Where are we looking? Can you see my hand? Oh, there it is. See where it looks yellow? It's all yellow. That's the YMCA there. So I literally go out my back door and head straight to the Y. So when it's done, I just walk home. So if the gym's closing really soon, I can just like, well, that's cool. Null Atche. That's cool if you're bigger than me. I'm not in a contest. Hey, I've talked about it before. Everyone is about being the best version of yourself. Wherever you're coming from is what we're working towards being better, right? Don't judge yourself, right? Don't compare yourself. I don't compare myself, so no, it doesn't faze me one bit. If you're bigger than me, good for you. If you're not bigger than me, good for you. You know what I mean? Like either way, it comes down to whether you're a cool person or not. If you're not cool, then I don't care. If you're cool, then we can be cool together. Hey, Lincoln, thanks, brother. I've got quite a few. So I got this one on my forearm, says warrior. This is just wraps around. This one, a whole bunch of warriors. And that's a Sagittarius there, because I'm a Sagittarius. So there's a bow and arrow, man, half horse. So there you go. And then I got the, what's that, a rising phoenix on my neck. And then I got a few other tattoos other places, but nothing serious. But that's where my majority of my stuff is right there. So yeah, so I just did a workout. Yeah, thanks, man, thanks. So Lincoln, you got any tattoos? Let's talk tattoos, guys. Who's got tattoos? Let me know. Who likes tattoos? Who hates tattoos? Because it's to each their own. Some people like don't like them at all. You don't have any? Do you want some, or it's not really your thing? Because to each their own, right? Like I think they're cool. Some people don't. Like, I know people who are in a relationship with someone. Say, for example, a guy I know, his wife is tatted up way more than me, and meanwhile he has like 0 tattoos. It's kind of wild because usually you would think that the two people at least have, like at least you'd have 1 or 2 or something. He like has 0, and I think he has no desire to have tattoos too. And she's got like arm sleeves, like legs, upper quads, like she's got her legs, arms, chest, neck, everything done, right? Like, I think she's working on trying to get her whole body tatted up. And meanwhile, he has 0 tattoos, so it's kind of like just her thing. But obviously, he must like it because when he met her, she had it, and then now they're married and they have a kid together and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Hey, Squid Games, what's shaking? Where are you from? Lincoln, did I ask you where you're from already? Because Kyle's from Edmonton, Canada. I don't know if he's here anymore. Lincoln, where are you from? And also, Squid Games, where are you from? Does it hurt to get tattoos? It's uncomfortable, but it doesn't. It's kind of one of those things. If you want the tattoo, you're willing to put up with the pain. But if it's just pain you got out of nowhere, you're like, what the fuck? You wouldn't want to feel it, right? But if you're like, okay, I want the tattoo, so you want the end result, you're willing to suffer the pain and deal with it. Because at times it will get very painful, right? What's highly irritating, Brad? Me or the tattoos, or getting a tattoo? Getting a tattoo is highly irritating, if that's what you're talking about, because that's highly irritating. To some degree, you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, get this thing done with, right? Because it takes hours. Yeah, getting a tattoo, yeah. It just sort of like, it's like, bzzz. You gotta be very patient, right? Oh, Lincoln, thanks, Brand, thanks, appreciate that. I'm dropping a video tomorrow about Shaun Clarita, how he used to be a top natural bodybuilder, then he became the 212-pound Mr. Olympia. So basically the lightweight version of Mr. Olympia, right? He's a lightweight Mr. Olympia. 2 times. The guy is massive. He's only 5'2", but he was like a top level lightweight natural bodybuilder before he went to the dark side or before he went on PDs. So the more I was doing research and making the video, I was like, this is a pretty cool story. Because you know, you make a video like, I don't know how this is going to come across, but the more and more I start putting it together, I'm like, shit, I start adding pictures and video. I'm like, this is a pretty cool video. Like the transformation is outrageous. Like Shaun Clarita went from, I don't want to spoil everything, but he basically went from 120 pounds roughly to 180 pounds That's all muscle. And that's from a guy that hit his natural genetic limit, and then he went on PEDs, and he still gained 60 pounds of muscle. That's where you know this guy, when Greg Doucette talks about 1 in a million, Shaun Clarida is 1 in a million, for sure. People like Kai Green, I did Natty to Not on Kai Green as well. And Kai Green is 1 in a million as well. That guy's genetics are fucking nuts. I'm bigger than 120, yeah. But you gotta remember, what did I say? Shaun Clarida is only 5'2" or 5'3". He says it in one of his because I saw like on Instagram where he's answering, or sorry, on YouTube he's answering questions in a video one time, and he said I'm 5'2", 5'3" ish. So that's how short he is. So if you're like, because even like that at that height, 130, all muscle, no body fat, that's big for that height. Just think of someone that short. But now he looks like, when you see the video and you see the pictures and video that I post of him, it looks almost ridiculous with all this muscle mass. But it doesn't look crazy, but it looks crazy, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't look like synthol or something crazy. It doesn't look like abnormal, because the guy does have a great physique, because he's got great genetics. It just looks like he's basically maxed out all the muscle mass possible for his frame. It's like you cannot pack any more muscle on there anywhere. Because he's got himself in pictures weighing 206 pounds at 5'2". It is fucking nuts. And he's not fat. He's just not 4% body fat. But he's probably like 10%. He's more lean than I am now at 206. Way more muscle mass. Well, he's also on PEDs, but still. Because genetics is everything, guys. To become like one of these crazy freaks, as much as you want to say, oh, it's all drugs. No, it's not. If he didn't have the genetics, he wouldn't look like that. You could feed me. You pick a person with this average genetics or not perfect genetics or whatever. Feed them all the drugs you want. They're not going to look like that. They're not going to be even close. A top-level natural bodybuilder with good genetics is going to beat a guy with average genetics all juiced up. That's just the reality of it all. That's why I say, even with this sport or with working out, just compare yourself to yourself. Because if you start comparing yourself to these people who are exceptional, it's just going to be discouraging, right? Because all results vary. Like, you know, they say when there's like research stuff, yeah, take this pill, but results will vary. That's just like working out and all that stuff. Take working out and building muscle and all that stuff. Results will vary. Everybody's going to respond differently. No two people will be the same. And everyone will train differently, and everyone's going to have different results. Like someone could have great genetics and train worth the crap, not know what they're doing, and look way better than you, and you could do everything picture perfect, exactly like Jeff Nippard said. You followed every piece of advice Greg Doucette gave you, and you still are not going to look like Shaun Clarida, or even for that example, even like Jeff, like you're not going to look like Jeff Nippard, you're not going to look like Greg Doucette. These guys are all genetic freaks. You do not look like Johnny Shreve. These guys are all got great genetics. But they do have good information, but still, results will vary. And then you'll get people maybe that have better genetics than a Greg Doucette, because obviously someone like a Shaun Clarida probably has better genetics than Greg Doucette for bodybuilding purposes, right? So, and they could train exactly the same, and Shaun Clarida could eat off of Greg Doucette's cookbook, and they could all, both Greg Doucette and Shaun Clarida could do the same workouts, eat from the same cookbook that Greg Doucette makes, and Shaun Clarida is going to look better, because his genetics are just nuts. That's why he's Mr. Olympia. Or people like Ronnie Coleman. These guys or Phil Heath. These people, they can just look at weights, they can do everything wrong and get great results. The thing is that's phenomenal is when you get these guys with great genetics like a Shaun Clarida, a Phil Heath, and all that stuff. You give them drugs, you give them they train perfectly, they eat perfectly, they become Mr. Olympia. they become these physiques that aren't even freaking humanly possible. And you don't think that like someone like a Ronnie Coleman or Shaun Clarida, well, Shaun Clarida already proven that he can do really well naturally. Shaun Clarida probably could have gained a couple, like 5 more pounds of muscle, probably naturally, and did a little bit better. But he would never have been like he is now, right? He would never be a top dog. So he's just too small to try and compete, especially when he doesn't naturally, right? Because like the guy was 100, like 130 pounds basically. That's his max weight as a natural bodybuilder when he's shredded all the shit, right? So he'd probably only get up to 135 if he's lucky. I mean, he gets a little bit harder, but he still wouldn't be able to compete with people who'd be just too damn small. Because he won the pro lightweights once. Like he's competed in the pro lightweight show a couple times. Because you got to remember, even pro lightweight in the WNBF means like I think it's like 160 and under. So he's like potentially giving up, which he most likely would have been, giving up like 30 pounds of muscle and probably like 5 inches in height. Like these guys would probably be, when you're natural, you're probably around 5'8", 156 pounds shredded to crap and look amazing and huge. Because natural is a whole different look. Like these guys are coming in lighter and lighter because their conditioning is getting crazier and crazier. Like the shape these natural guys are coming in, the hardness and stuff, is just fucking nuts. It's a whole different level than when I used to compete in natural bodybuilding. I still live the lifestyle and I still love training like that, but I don't know. I'm just not the young guy anymore, for one, I'm not as strict with my dieting and prep and all that stuff, right? And I don't really have much of a craving, even though it does come and go, that I do want to get shredded and all this stuff, right? But it's not the same. Like when I was in my, I was gonna say 20s, no, my 30s. My 30s, I was very much into competing in natural bodybuilding. I lived the lifestyle. I was really strict with my diet. I came in super shredded to shows, all that stuff. I did everything I possibly could do perfectly within my genetics, and I brought the best version of myself possible. That was always my goal. And sometimes that would serve me well, and I would do well on a show, and sometimes there would be better people than me, right? But sometimes I show up and I could be the top, I could win a couple shows here and there, and then other times I'll get third place. I've got a bunch of seconds, a bunch of firsts, a bunch of thirds in natural bodybuilding. Because when I did it, there was no classic physique. There was no men's physique even when I did it, when I was really into it. I think men's physique just started coming out, but I wasn't into it because actually I was probably done hardcore competing by the time men's physique came out. So who knows if I would have went that route? I don't know. So I do have a pretty wide back, but the problem is with men's physique, I don't have naturally wide shoulders. So that X frame is a big deal in men's physique, right? I had the pretty well balanced physique, pretty well muscle, like good proportions. I'd come in super shredded, so I would do good. And then they had weight classes too, because we have enough people back then that there'd be a lot of weight classes. So I would be in like lightweight bodybuilding, and I would do okay. I might, if I were to do it again, I might be doing the classic bodybuilding and learn how to do those vacuum poses and stuff, right? Because I think classic bodybuilding might suit me well if I really train hard for it. But my prime is way past me, right? But I still be the best version of myself, like I always preach, right? But my prime for looking my best on stage as a natural, no drugs, no nothing, is past me, right? Like, I'll never look like I did in my 30s when I was like really hardcore, because your body changes. There's a thing called father time, right? But that's not an excuse to not try to be the best you can, right? Like you can still, every day I can still put in the effort to be the best possible. And by always challenging to be the best version of yourself, always challenging to put the effort into the gym, and always trying to eat the most healthy you can, you're gonna look healthy, you're gonna feel good, you're gonna live longer, you're gonna be more energetic, all that stuff. So it still pays to take it serious. Who cares if you're not gonna look in the mirror the same as you did in your 30s? But you're gonna be the 50-year-old that didn't do anything and the 50-year-old that takes his health seriously, there's a difference. Like, I can't even imagine what I would look like if I didn't take care of myself. I'm over 50, guys. I take care of myself. I live the lifestyle. I do the best I can. I'm not as strict because I try to have balance, but I do get my workouts in. I do take my health serious. You know what I mean? And I try to live by example, right? Because if I'm going to preach natural bodybuilding, I have to be like live that type of a lifestyle of a natural bodybuilder. I don't have to compete or anything, but I have to believe in what I'm selling. My product I'm selling is natural bodybuilding. I always hate it when people are, say, in the natural bodybuilding industry, and yet they're not even, for one, they're not even natural, and then two, even if, or there's people that don't even work out anymore. Like, it's just a weird vibe to me. Like, I work out and I'm natural and I promote natural bodybuilding, you know what I mean? It's kind of like personal trainers that just give up on training themselves. But they talk about how you gotta be motivated, you gotta push yourself. Okay, they might be good at coaching someone for goals. That's fine, because if you don't have a goal, you don't have to be, you can be motivated towards a goal, right? But if you're promoting lifestyle, yet you can't live a lifestyle, how are you trying to help them make lifestyle changes, yet you are proof by looking at you that you do not follow these lifestyle rules or approaches that you're talking about? So already you can't even do it yourself. How are you going to teach me how to do it for myself when you can't do it for yourself and you're supposed to be the expert? This is where it gets a little bit tricky, right? You can say all the right things, but you don't know what it really takes because you don't even do it. It's just like people that say all the right things but don't practice what they preach. So do they really know what they're saying, or they're just regurgitating something from someone who is a master at this, who does know what they're talking about? That's what it most likely is. People, especially now with the internet, right? We can just get information easy peasy and just fucking memorize it and spit it out at people. Or even not even memorize it, not even spit it out at people. Just fucking screen grab, put up as a post. Hey, look at my meme. Consistency is key. Good for you. Meanwhile, the guy's not consistent at all, but they're putting all these messages up there. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just really believe, I'm a big believer in practice what you preach, lead by example, be a role model. Don't do as I say, do as I do, or whatever. What? Don't, you know what I mean, right? Like, if I'm going to say something to you, like, you know, your parents say, oh, do as I say, not as I do. No, do as I say, because you'll see in my actions, I do what I talk about. Like, I'm not telling you to do stuff that I wouldn't do myself. You know what I mean? And that's like the same if I'm training somebody or coaching somebody or I'm trying to motivate somebody. I'll tell them things that I believe. And I'll be able to speak it from passion because I believe what I am saying to you. I am not a good liar. I am not a good actor. I'm good at being passionate. So when they see me talk, they know that I speak from passion. I speak from living this life. Hey, Kyle, you're back. Nice job. Nice job. I believe Kyle's from Edmonton. You're back from Edmonton. All right. We got Edmonton, Alberta, Canada in the house. We got over here, I got Toronto, Ontario, Canada in the house. Well, I'll say more specifically I'm Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, but people, if you don't live around here, you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But you know where Toronto is. I can literally see Toronto from here. I can see the CN Tower from my condo here. So I'm close. I'm just north of downtown Toronto, but it's called Vaughan. But I could literally jump in the car and be down there in 30 minutes. Or to the CN Tower, I could literally jump my car and be down to the CN Tower in 45 minutes. That's right in the heart of downtown, right? But to be in Toronto area, I could be there in like less than 30 minutes. But if I want to be the CN Tower, that's a little bit of a drive. So it'll be 45. But obviously it depends on traffic, right? So yeah, right now you're probably flying there pretty quick. So what are you guys up to tonight? anyone watching UFC tomorrow? This UFC, I think it's UFC China, but I just saw it's like 6 a.m. East, 6 a.m. Saturday morning, 6 a.m. So tonight or whatever, 6 a.m. Eastern time. So basically, if I want to see the main card, I have to get up at 6 a.m. So I figure I usually get up around 8 anyways. So if I get up at 8, I'll probably see the co-main event and the main event, and that's about all I need to see anyways. So I'll get up at 8 and then turn on the internet and watch the fights in China. So UFC China. I think Ortega is fighting Aljamain's, what's it, Aljamain or whatever his name is, Sterling. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling is in the co-main, and then the main event is, god damn, I see his face right in front of me. Well, there's a Chinese middleweight fighter it's middleweight or light heavyweight, I'm not quite 100% positive, but he's a really good fighter. And then we got Johnny Walker, who's a great fighter too. So it's going to be a good... Johnny Walker always makes the fights exciting, but he tends to lose lately. Or he's been winning lately, but he was on a losing streak for a while there. But he's very electrifying. He'll do crazy shit, like fucking like flips, and he just does wild stuff in there. But sometimes when you do wild stuff and try to be entertaining or be unique in the ring, sometimes it backfires. Sometimes you get caught with something that you just don't see coming. Oh my God, don't give up on MMA because of that, but that was nuts. Anderson was clowning around in, why am I going blank, but I know exactly who it is. Weidman. What's his first name? But anyways, yeah, it was Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman, yeah, and it didn't even look like, it was like, is that real? Like he fell down, it's like, did he hit him? Like it looked so weird. It was just like he just caught him right on the chin, and that was it. It was crazy. So Chris Weidman took him out. Commissioner, where are you from, brother? And subscribe to the channel, guys. Anyone out there, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, please. It helps me out. I'm trying to build up this son of a gun, and I'm trying to get into the algorithm, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that Anderson Silva fight was nuts. It's funny when Anderson does that, but he gets too carried away with it. Like that fight, he was acting like a fool. And look what happened, right? Oh, you're near Winnipeg. Cool. Where are you exactly? I used to go out to Brandon, Manitoba, which is, was about 2 hours from, no, an hour? I think it was an hour, a little over an hour straight drive on the highway or something to get to Brandon, Manitoba from Winnipeg. Pine Falls. Okay, I don't know it exactly, but I'm sure. Yeah, because I used to go to Brandon, Manitoba, because I'd run bodybuilding shows. They had a nice venue out in Brandon, Manitoba. And people in Winnipeg were willing to drive out there and do the shows. So I used to bring my IDFA natural bodybuilding competitions to Brandon, Manitoba. I've probably been there about 5 times prior to 2020. Because 2020, the world flipped upside down. I might even be there about 10 times, actually, Brandon, Manitoba. So I was going there once or twice a year for quite a while. So I've probably been there at least 10 times to run natural bodybuilding competition in Brandon, Manitoba. It was really nice. It was very laid back and quiet, and a nice easy drive from Winnipeg. You take take a flight to Winnipeg, then you just rent a car and just go for a nice 1 hour cruise, like 1 hour and 15 minutes basically, from what I remember. I missed that, so I do want to start expanding my shows again and traveling, because it's fun traveling around Canada, because I don't get out much, I don't do much stuff, so it's fun to like travel to other provinces and run shows. So even with Kyle there, I used to go out to Alberta. Kyle's in Edmonton there, right? I used to go to Calgary, Alberta. I've probably been out there more than 20 times running shows. Then Vancouver, BC, I used to go out there. Like I'm out there probably about 10, 15 times. I'm thinking Calgary about 20 or 30 times. Like I went there quite often. Quebec, I've done a lot of shows there. I still do because it's close enough. I just drive over there because it's about 6 hour drive from Toronto, basically. Roughly, give or take, right? It's basically a little over 5. It depends on traffic, this and that, what time of day you go, blah, blah, blah. I go when it's quiet, so I do a little over 5 hour drive. I go run a show there, come home, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if anyone's on here, if you're enjoying the whatever back and forth bullshit or me talking to myself or whatever I'm doing here, subscribe to the channel, guys. You know what I mean? We're trying to build this son of a gun up. It's all about building up your subscribers, right? That's what the name of the game is. Subscribers and views. Getting views on your videos and also watch time. Because the key is the hard part is also keep people's interest, right? So people might come watch a video, not necessarily live. I just mean like a video in general. Say I upload a video. They might watch the first 30 seconds, say, it's boring, and they move on. The key is you want to make your content good enough, and that's what YouTube wants to see, that people actually watch your video through. The more they watch your video, the more watch hours you got, the more YouTube's going to promote your stuff. So I'm working on putting out some decent content, and I'm dropping a cool video about Shaun Clarita, so stay tuned. What do you mean separate live from regular vids? Like, so you know which ones are live? Like, it's so you don't... Is that what you mean? Like, say if your feed shows you which ones are live, which ones are not, like type thing? Or instead of throwing the lives amongst all the other videos, or... So they sort of do have they sort of separate them a bit, right? They have like, they have playlists. You can separate them up. I jump on live, especially now since I'm a new YouTuber. I'm trying to create more content, and it's easier to jump. Oh, it does? It messed up your algorithm? Like it messed up your algorithm as in, do you put out content yourself? Is that what you mean? Or you just mean just by the stuff that comes in your feed gets all out of whack because of watching people's lives? So if you like don't know what the live's about, you jump in it and you're like, oh shit, it's not something I'm interested in, and all of a sudden now it's gonna start showing you stuff like that. Is that what you mean? Or are you a content creator and the live thing is just throwing you off? Because I'm a creator, but not a major creator, but I'm trying to be. It's an uphill battle, I'll tell you. So someone recommended I just do this, just keep the content coming, keep yourself in the mix. Because it's very simple, just to turn on live and just start chatting, right? It's very easy to create some content quick, but it's not as powerful or as focused as like if I sit down and edit a video. But if I sit down and edit a video, like I spent all day long on this Shaun Clarita video, basically 2 days worth of full-time hours, like putting a Shaun Clarita video together. Like, because when you got the research, you're screen grabbing pictures and videos, and you're in the editing software and all that shit. Because I do it all, right? And then thumbnails and creating little, whatever, pictures and shit. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't see the gamers much because I don't know much about that, but yeah. Yeah, I guess they could separate a bit. Because me, basically, I just mostly go on here for fitness content. I don't really watch, and I like to watch the crime specials, to be honest with you, right? Because a lot of these, there's a lot of crime YouTube channels that do like little 30-minute videos about whatever crimes, right? And I like those stories, they're fun. I go through phases where I watch a lot of those and I don't watch for a while because all the content creators start doing the same videos over and over again. Like if it's Jeffrey Dahmer or something, right? Every YouTube creator's done a video on it, right? So you think you're seeing something for the first time, then you realize, oh shit, I've seen this before. Once you start watching it for a while, it's just the looks different, the thumbnail's a bit different or whatever. You're like, ah shit, I know that story. Yeah, crime is fun to relax to. Yeah, I do find that the Dateline in 2020, the problem is they don't have any up-to-date shit, but when they do have up-to-date shit, I like their quality better, but the beauty with YouTube is these guys bang them out quick. Like if there's some crazy shit in the media, they'll do a video on it, right? And they'll have like all kinds of news coverage. It'll be not quite as good as obviously a real production like a Dateline or something, but they're going to be out 3 months before Dateline because Dateline is so behind on that shit. It's not even funny. Dateline in 2020 and all these things, 60 Minutes, all these things, right? They're typically way behind. Like a TMZ is good, but they'll do more just celebrity type gossip, right? Like crimes and all that shit, right? So how are we doing on here, guys? Where are you guys from? Drop me, let me know. I'm in Toronto area, Ontario, Canada. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm just chilling here. It is 10:48 p.m. Eastern Time. I've been on here, it says 45 minutes on my YouTube Live. So I'm not going to be on here much longer. I'm just trying to get on here to build awareness, get to know people, just get some people on here follow me, because I'm trying to become like more of a content creator, right? And then want to know what the people want and all that kind of stuff. And just, you got to get your face out there, right? Commissioner, that's quite the big production, that's for sure. So give it if I had a YouTube video idea, give a random stranger 5 employees for a month and record. Could be funny. No, it would be funny. It would be great. It would be amazing. That's something that Mr. Beast could do or something. Because he has a big production team. He could make that happen. He could hire like 20 employees, give someone a restaurant and say, here's your 20 employees. Let's see what happens and document the whole thing. That'd be fun. An average Joe Blow like me can't pull that off. I can't pull that off. But Mr. Beast could pull that off. Oh yeah. I didn't watch much of Kenny and Spenny, but I know what you're talking about. I think I remember watching a bit of it. That's a while back. Like, are we talking over 10 years ago? I'm not sure, but I feel like that was a while back. They might have been on regular TV at one point. I can't remember, because I know the name Kenny and Spenny or whatever it's called. I know these guys. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna jump off this shit. Oh, I'm laying back here. I've been leaning forward, I'm just gonna lay back and chill my back. You know, you're sitting forward the whole time. Like I'm sitting in a chair, leaning forward the whole time, like for 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, let's lean back. Lean back. Lean back. CBC, okay, yeah. So I totally know who they are. They were funny though, a lot of pranks and stuff. They were funny. They would have been big YouTubers, because that was exactly what they do. Like, that's sort of like the Logan brothers, right? Jake and Logan Paul, not the Logan brother, the Paul brothers. See, everyone knows him as Logan, right? But now the new generation knows Jake, because Jake's way more popular, right? But the older generation knows Logan, because Logan was the first to be a really big YouTuber. Then Jake basically took over. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump off here. It's been a good one. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks for everyone who came on here. I appreciate that. I love it. I love talking to you guys. And it's awesome. So subscribe to the channel so we can, or notification or whatever you got to do. Just make sure next time you see me jump on here, jump on. Or if you see any videos pop through that Shaun Campbell 2.0 put together, just give it a like, give it a look. Maybe watch it a little bit. Give a whatever. But I'm out of here, guys. Appreciate all you guys on here. Have a good Friday night. Have an awesome weekend, and we will talk again when I'm on here again. I'm out.